Welcome to SGS Arts. So today I'm gonna talk about some of my New Year's resolutions and plans. So this video is quite different from my usual content. This will be a bit more personal, and much of this video won't be relating to art. And I'm doing this video mostly kind of for myself rather than for my viewers, although hopefully you get something out of this video. Anyway, but my main reason to do this video is that I think making a video about the New Year's resolutions and plans kind of makes me a bit more kind of accountable and makes me kind of could potentially make me commit to these resolutions better as other people are aware of the resolutions that I have made, and when I'm feeling not as motivated as I would want, I can kind of go back to this video and see all the reasons why I have these resolutions and plans. So I think making this video and potentially making updates to this topic later on the year on YouTube, this could really help me. And to be honest, I really need to make this work because again, my life for the last year or so has been absolutely awful, and I really need to do something to um make my life better. So I really need to try to do this, try to make this work, and have something positive happen because kind of in the past few days I've been really depressed again, and I've kind of been thinking that about that again. I shouldn't just wait for good things to happen because that's not how good things happen. Usually, you just need to make them happen yourself, and so I'm trying to at least trying to make some steps to improve at least some parts of my life. So yeah, those are some of the motivations for this video, and I'm really not excited about this year or life in general, but hopefully I can make it better, or hopefully something good happens. But yeah, life is a bitch sometimes. But anyway, so my main resolution, again, in the end, I'll talk about kind of my plans for the channel and art and things like that that I usually talk about in my channel too. But so I think one thing that could have really positive impact on my life is like fixing my diet and actually starting like losing weight. And I have done like successful weight loss few years ago, but then it was just before COVID happened, and then that kind of fucked everything up for me again. And then I kind of went back to my old habits, which was annoying, and I'm really sad that I couldn't commit to it for a longer time. But I just have this picture of sugar here because, again, I'm really addicted to sugar stuff. Like, you know, that I love Coke, and you probably don't realize how much Coke I actually drink. I drink it every day, and usually it's like big bottles and stuff, so it's really unhealthy, and I probably will get diabetes soon if I don't stop. Although I've been always very lucky that, and I've been addicted to Coke to like during like very kind of big chunk of my life. So it's actually kind of a miracle that I don't have a diabetes yet, or at least I don't know that I have it. So so yeah, I really need to fix my diet, and there's so many things to or so many reasons to start losing weight again. One of them is obviously health, and that's a very big reason. Obviously, it would be nice to feel better, to be healthier and be more energetic and be able to do many other things that maybe I'm not able to do at the moment due to lack of energy or whatever, or bad physical condition or whatever. And then obviously there's also the looks. I would love to look slimmer. Obviously that will help with self-confidence, that will help with like creating new relationships with people, meeting people, both in the fact that obviously when you are slimmer, you are more attractive to people, both terms of like romantically, but also even in friendships. It's easier to meet people when you look better. Um, and then um, Also, as I would be more confident in myself, so it would be easier to meet people due to that as well. So that's some of the reasons. I also, yeah, would love to dress a bit differently. So I would definitely dress a bit more colorfully, and I would pay more attention to it if I could get quite a bit slimmer than I'm now. Yeah. Again, now I'm kind of, as I've grown older and I've kind of learned more about my preferred aesthetic, and I've also learned to be more myself. I think I would love to again dress a bit differently than I do now, but as I'm really, really overweight, it's not really, doesn't really, like some of the things that I would love to wear don't really fit me currently due to the overweight issue. But yeah, so I mostly kind of wear dark colors and stuff, very kind of regular type of clothes due to the fact that I'm really overweight. Yeah, fuck, this is weird to talk about now. But yeah, um, but yeah, and by the way, I actually know lots about nutrition and weight loss and how to be healthy and those types of things. But for me, it's just that I've always had this issue of emotional eating and being really addicted to this stuff, as it's been kind of like a way to escape lots of emotional scars that I have and things like that. It has been really hard for me to kind of admit the fact that it's emotional eating and it's not just eating because it's fun or whatever, but it just has like very deep psychological reasons why I need to have Coke and stuff all the time, because it obviously it gives you dopamine and stuff and makes you feel better for a brief moment of time, and then you get really addicted to that stuff and then you need to get more and more of it. But yeah, so it's gonna be really hard for me to stop doing it because it's not just the physical addiction, but there's also that big part of that. There's the emotional eating and there's the lots of mental health issues and stuff that I've tried to escape by eating and drinking Coke and stuff. Although the good thing for me is that again I'm straight edge, so I don't drink alcohol at all. I don't do drugs. I don't do cigarettes because I would probably be addicted to all of those stuff if I got into those. But I've never really wanted to get into that stuff. I never kind of had this kind of urge to get fucked up with like alcohol or drugs. So that's at least one positive thing in my life, that I've been able to abstain from that stuff. Yeah. And my family, there are so many alcoholics in my family, so I would probably be an alcoholic if I ever started to do that stuff, but I'm not planning to do that stuff because I don't really want to do it. Yeah. But yeah, and I think I mentioned briefly that again before COVID, I actually had a period where I lost a lot of weight, so it was in 2019. So I actually had like 6.5 months without Coke at all, and then I only had like one cheat day every week. And I didn't drink Coke, but I ate like chocolate and ice cream and things like that. But I lost like 30 kilos or like 65, 66 pounds or whatever. 30 kilos is in pounds in that 6 month period, so that was really good. And I ate like regular foods, and again I had those cheat days here and there, and sometimes went to like McDonald's and stuff. But but at that point again I was living in London, and in London I actually walked like pretty insane amounts because I love walking in London. And then and as I was living in shared accommodation, which I hated as an introvert, especially as it was with random people. So I really wanted to be elsewhere a lot of the time. So I went to central London a lot and walked many miles most of the days in the week. And then I also went to the gym to like every other day for that period of time. And I got decent like results. Like I could pretty quickly add like like heavier weights and stuff like that. So I saw like good results, and then I always kind of was um paying lots of attention to my rhythm. So like I would go to the gym and then I always made sure that I ate after the gym so I could get the protein in like after the workout, and I paid a lot of attention to things like that then. So I'm not sure whether I'm gonna. I mean, I should go back to the gym, but I'm probably not gonna do it straight away. I think obviously most important thing is fixing the diet. That's like 80% of the process basically. And I do walk a lot because I don't even use public transport in my city. So whenever I go out, I always have to walk. But now it's pretty annoying because it's like 25 to 30 degrees, minus degrees in Celsius here in Finland. So it's cold as fuck. And there's this awful amounts of snow and stuff. So it's really annoying to walk anywhere currently. And I kind of hate the winter, not because of the cold or the darkness, but mostly how awful it is to walk outside because there's so much ice and it's often slippery. And the city where I live in, they don't take very good care of the roads, unfortunately. So it's really annoying to walk. But when it gets better in terms of weather, I'll try to walk a bit more than I do now in the winter. Yeah. But fixing the diet is again the most important thing. And obviously there are so many benefits of like stopping sugar. Obviously you can stop it like completely, obviously, because pretty much every food has some added sugar these days, unfortunately. But again, I'm gonna quit Coke. I'm gonna quit again ice creams and chocolates and those types of things, and then pay a bit more attention to kind of regular foods that I eat. But I like eat pretty regular foods, so that's not really the problem for me. It's mostly the problem is the kind of all the added stuff, like again, drinking Coke every day and quite often also eating chocolates and ice cream. Although I've had this period in like November, October, and also most of December before Christmas that I kind of had with chocolates and that type of stuff. So then the Coke was pretty much the only problem. But now with the Christmas chocolates and stuff, I kind of have gotten back to it, unfortunately. But now I have to go out of it again. I had my last ice cream today. It was like Ben and Jerry's Caramel Sutra, which is one of my favorites. I really love that flavor, but now fuck ice cream, no more ice cream. And it's pretty fucked up that it's like minus 30 outside and I'm here eating ice cream. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? But yeah, and I still have little leftover Coke in the fridge. But when I've drank all of it, I won't buy anymore. And again, hopefully this video will give me this feeling that I have to stick to it. Yeah. I've made like New Year's resolutions before, but they've never worked. But hopefully this time that I'm kind of telling my small subscriber base that I'm gonna quit this shit. Hopefully this will help. Yeah. And obviously I'm quite again have lots of extra weight, so again this won't be like a short-term process. It will take a long time to like if I were to imagine like being like a normal weight, like it will probably take like even in an ideal world, like probably like a couple of years, but so it's a very long process. But I know from past experiences that I actually lose weight quite quickly if I just get rid of the bad stuff. So so that's good. Yeah. Um yeah. And obviously it will be good for cholesterol and stuff. And there are like heart problems in my family. So if I really don't stop eating this shit like very soon, I might die very young. So which I don't want, even though I'm not very excited about life either. But I again would probably want to live at least like a fairly long life, hopefully. But and again, if I can commit to this shit, my life might get way better. So then I might be excited about life again at some point. Yeah, because being overweight has definitely been like one like big thing in my life that has affected my life negatively, although there are those like mental health issues in the past that has kind of again caused lots of this anyway. So it would be nice to get rid of those mental scars, but that seems to be impossible. So yeah, but hopefully, again, hopefully this works out. Yeah, it's really hard to talk about this so honestly, by the way, but I think it's good and therapeutic. And like I said in the beginning, I think again, if I have doubts and hard times this year, I can go back to this video and where I've kind of laid down all the reasons why I should do this. It kind of might give me extra motivation later. So yeah, and maybe I will get some good luck comments in the comment section so that stuff also helps. Yeah. But anyway, hopefully this works out. And again, I have all the knowledge on like how to do this. Like I know lots about vitamins and nutrients and what is healthy foods and what are healthy foods and what aren't. And so I really have had the knowledge down for like a very, very long time because I've always been interested in nutrition and things like this. But it's just been that I've been too addicted to this stuff that no matter how much knowledge I have, I just haven't been able to utilize it in my life aside from the year 2019 where by some miracle I kind of got rid of my addiction and wasn't actually even that hard. There was just it felt like a miracle almost that I just suddenly felt the urge and it wasn't even that difficult for me for some reason at that time. But any other time that I've tried this, it has been too difficult. But I really don't know what happened then um that kind of motivated me so much. Yeah. And it was one of the kind of miracle like things about that was that I could have those cheat days like once a week and eat like my favorite chocolates, but then the next day I could go back to eating healthy. And that has been always the hard thing that I may have had like a week without this stuff, but then when I have like a cheat day, then it all comes crashing down after that. But in 2019 I somehow was in a mental space to do it, but it's gonna be really hard now because again in the last year I've never been as depressed as I have been in the last year. Um, so it's gonna be hard, but hopefully I'll just have to do something positive for myself. Otherwise it's just gonna get worse. So yeah. Um, but anyway, I think yeah, this is kind of my main New Year's resolution, and I really have to put all the possible effort to this shit now, and yeah, try to fix this. And obviously, healthy diet and exercise and that stuff also helps with like mental health issues. So that's good because even though like you do sugar, it gives you that kind of little bit of escapism for a little while, but overall it doesn't do good for your mental health. But actually eating healthy and that stuff does good for your mental health in a long run. Yeah, but yeah, we'll see how this goes and obviously people, if you have any kind of similar types of issues or resolutions or plans, you can also let me know and we can help each other or whatever. Yeah. But anyway, now I'll talk about some other things. So like YouTube plans. So I mean, I'm not gonna commit to any kind of big promises on YouTube or anything like that because it's really hard to keep those promises. But I'll just say that again, I've enjoyed this kind of last half a year when I've been kind of quite consistent on YouTube. It's been nice and one like thing to look forward to always for me when I haven't been in a good mental headspace and talking to people like Sinar Therapy and Tony has really been helpful for me because again lots of my mental health issues have been due to the fact that I've had so many toxic relationships and I've experienced lots of mental violence and bullying and things like that. So it always makes me feel so much better to have some like positive relationships, even though they are just online and they are mostly in the form of like comments on YouTube. But that really helps me and actually shows me that again there are good people out there and that I can also have positive impact on some people, which is really hard for me to believe after the life I have had. Like this sounds so much like self-pitying, but I'm just being honest here. Yeah, so it really helps for me to get comments and stuff like that because I haven't gotten much encouragement in my life. So yeah, and again on YouTube, it's nice that I can kind of be honest about my hobbies and my opinions and stuff like that, which is also another thing that I haven't been able to be in my own real life. So this is really like making YouTube has helped me in lots of ways. Yeah. So I'll try to keep continuing to do it as it is good escape and good help and fun to connect with some like-minded people. Yeah, it helps with loneliness and things like that. And again, art is something that has saved my life. I wouldn't be here without music, especially because it has helped me so much. Again, I wouldn't have any reason to keep going without it. So yeah, fuck, this sounds so sad, but yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I'm not gonna promise any type of like video series or anything like that, but I'm gonna continue doing YouTube. And although one thing I've kind of enjoyed doing lately has been the SJS Talks Art video series where I can kind of talk about whatever. So that kind of, I think I'm gonna continue doing that like fairly regularly where I can just talk about like recent film watches, TV show watchings, and reading and music and things like that. I haven't been doing the bracket battles lately, but again, I want to start doing those again. Although I think I was maybe doing them a bit too much, and I want to have a bit more maybe diverse type of content and not just do one particular series all the time. Yeah, although that's just talks art, I might do it more, but that's a very kind of flexible series where I can talk about whatever. So that's really nice. Um, but the one bracket battle thing I want to get back to is I want to finish my favorite album series because there are lots of episodes for that to go. So yeah, I need to continue that, and I've kind of added lots of albums to my favorites list. So yeah, that's kind of like an ongoing series, but I could kind of finish it for now if I wanted to. But I think it probably I need to do like 10 more episodes or 9 more episodes or something like that. So it's kind of a lot. Yeah. But yeah, again, and I probably will have new ideas for YouTube that will be a bit different than my previous content, and I will probably do lots of the same stuff that I have done before. And I hope that I can do more collaborations, as that's kind of my favorite thing about YouTube. So I hope that I can do more collaborations with the Ronnie Nazarin guys and Chris, and because those are always fun. And then I hope that I can do collaborations with Cine Art Therapy Altes and maybe with the Nerd List, because I really enjoyed the collabs I've done with those two great guys. Yeah, then maybe with people that I've never done collaborations with, that would be nice. And again, like I always or often say, again, if people want to invite me to their channel to talk about something, I'm open for that. And I'm pretty sure I've never declined an invitation. I've always accepted every single invitation that I've got. So I will probably accept any type of invitations unless it's something like completely ridiculous. And I'm willing to even again collaborate with people that I know less well. Because obviously like the Ronnie Nazarin guys and them I've known for years, and it's really easy to talk to them due to that fact. And yeah, and with Altes, I feel like we kind of became good friends pretty much immediately, and we have kind of similar kind of mindset to many things. So it's really easy to talk to Altes. So I think, yeah, with him I really enjoy collaborating. And every time I've talked to him, it's really hard to actually end the calls because there's constant like new topics that we could discuss, and it's always so much fun to talk to him. So yeah. And with the nerd list, we obviously did those two 8 hour long um, podcasts that went even quite political, and those were really fun, and I laughed a lot. And yeah, those were difficult as well as they took so long. And obviously, when you do 8 hours and you're sitting still, in the end, I was quite tired, especially as it went to the night. But those were nice, challenging discussions, and I had lots of fun with the nerd list. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so not many kind of very concrete plans on YouTube, but I want to keep going. But again, I cannot promise anything, and I sometimes, again, am quite depressed. So again, if I get really depressed, and if you notice that I haven't been doing videos for a long time, it might be due to the fact that I'm really depressed. Like last year, I took that like pretty big like break in the spring and summertime that I didn't do any videos in June or May, I think, or I might have done something in the early May, but and then most of July, and that was due to that fact that I was really depressed for multiple reasons. Yeah, but anyway, then in terms of art, um, um, yeah, so I don't really have much plans for art because I these days have this mindset that I wanna watch and consume art that whatever I feel like watching, whatever I have the mood for, and I'm not gonna do that many kind of plans where I kind of force myself to watch something or read something. I kind of wanna go with the flow and my mindset. Yeah. And lately I've had to watch lots of kind of more escapist stuff to feel a bit better. I really haven't been in the mood now for like very difficult art house films or reading like difficult literature or anything because I just don't have the mindset at the moment to do much of that other than maybe certain types of films. Yeah, so yeah, again I have to go with my mindset and my again with my moods and stuff. Yeah, again for me it's really hard to like watch really like difficult films when I'm depressed. Then I usually tend to listen to more music when I'm depressed and also watch TV shows because those usually help quite a bit. But I don't want to watch like Satan Tango when I'm really depressed. But then when I have better headspace, I usually tend to put way more effort into watching the difficult films, and then I'm kind of in a headspace that I can really appreciate them. But I'm not gonna force myself to watch them when I'm not in the mood for it. I used to do that, but I noticed that it wasn't good when I did that, and it didn't really help me appreciate those films when I did that. Although I also believe that obviously sometimes it's good to challenge yourself to with art even when you aren't feeling like it, but it's not good to do that all the time. Yeah. I'm getting so sad talking about some of this, but what can you do? And then with books, again, have often set goals with reading, but I almost always fail them. And obviously, in the Goodreads, there is that reading challenge thing, but I didn't do that last year. Before last year, I had done it. I think I only managed to complete the challenge once. I think it was in 2020, but overall, usually I failed it. And now that I'm reading manga a lot, it's hard to kind of calculate the numbers because with manga, obviously, you have these several volume stories, and it's like manga is really fast to read, so it would be really hard to create the numbers, like taking manga uh, into the into the discussion or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, but reading manga has been really nice in the past week. One of the highlights. Again, even though I've been depressed, some of this art has also helped me. And I'm not like depressed like 24/7, but then when I'm not consuming that escapist art, I tend to get really, really sad. Yeah. But anyway, but yeah, so with books, I would love to be able to commit to some goals, but I often fail them. So I'll try to just read whenever I feel like it, and hopefully I get some good reading in me. Again, the previous year was pretty bad for reading. I mean, I read some interesting philosophy and then manga and couple of some novels as well, like Goriot, for example. But overall, it was a pretty bad reading year, especially for like fiction literature. But yeah, but hopefully this year will be better. Although it's really hard to say that it will be better because it really doesn't feel like it. But you never know. Sometimes good things happen, and sometimes you can make good things happen. Hopefully, yeah. Um, but yeah, not many plans with art. I'll just see how it goes. But I'll again try to commit to YouTube as much, and obviously I'll have to consume art to talk about it as well. So yeah. But anyway, I wish everybody a good year, and hopefully myself I can have a decent year, and hopefully I'll have some. Hopefully I succeed with the diet thing, and that again I'll take it slow. That I'm not gonna again I'm gonna quit sugar now, but I'm not gonna like change absolutely everything at once because that's not usually good when you change like all your habits at once. It's easier to change it bit by bit. But although sometimes it has worked for me when I've just said that fuck it all, I'm gonna change it all at once. But yeah, we'll see. I hopefully again this video will motivate me, and you guys can hold me accountable if I drink coke in videos or whatever. Yeah. Um, fuck it, like talking about this stuff made me feel like shit. But anyway, it's good to talk about these things, and yeah, maybe some of you can relate to some of these, or maybe you can't. But anyway, this was overall a good experience for me to talk about this stuff. I think this video ended up being way longer than I thought that it would be, and maybe nobody's gonna watch this. I mean, I guess Beaches is always gonna watch my videos, but anyway, thanks for watching. Don't drink all the Coke or don't drink Coke at all. I guess I should change it to that. Although again, I want to have cheat days here and there. Although Coke is something that I think one of the reasons I succeeded in 2019 was that I cut like soda completely, because that has always been kind of the hardest for me is soda. That's harder than ice cream or chocolates or pizza or whatever. But anyway, so don't drink Coke at all or very rarely. Sayonara and arigato gozaimashita.